Thanks for having me.
How do you feel today?
Today's been kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah?
So, do you want me to let them know?
Yeah, so you're a school psychologist. So you see some pretty crazy things
I
in
do.
your day.
I do.
So how was your day today? Or yesterday, because it was pretty crazy.
Yesterday was crazy. Today was not on that same level, but similar. So I think the weirdest thing is this whole week is School Psychology Awareness Week.
Yep.
So
I got the
you got the email. So I feel like a lot of people are showing gratitude, but I don't feel it.
Okay.
So I think that's why this week has been rough.
Okay. So you feel like, have a lot of people said it verbally? Were you expecting like something like in gift form? Is it people you work with or like at home that haven't said it?
Well, I feel like the whole appreciation week, there's no appreciation.
Okay.
And it's not so much that people needed to say it, but I guess feel it. Like, feel the gratitude.
Like,
but
I
I don't
do
know.
so much for you.
Yes. But not
That makes
like,
sense.
not like I wanted a gift or anything. I just wanted people to maybe be more, like, relax. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
or give me grace for making mistakes or something.
Yeah. Or like, I know you're probably busy and you do so much, but
Yes.
here's this kid.
Yes. They need you. You did
Yes.
such a great job with another kid. Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Okay. And then at home, do you feel it from
No.
your husband? Does he know at school? Psychology
No.
appreciation? So you can't expect someone
exactly.
to give appreciation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I just did have my anniversary, so I feel like there should have been a little bit more appreciation with that.
Okay.
Or like a little bit of more sentimental, feelings or memories.
How many years has it been?
It's been 6 years married
Okay.
and then 7 years dating.
Okay.
So,
Did you get him anything?
no.
Did he get you anything?
No.
So you feel like there should have been on both parts something that like...
Yeah. It was almost
Kinda.
like I didn't want to give him anything because I felt like it was going to cause him to have to give me something and be really busy.
And you don't want a gift just because you bought them again.
Yes.
Could you maybe buy something that's an experience for like Thanksgiving break or something so you guys can have the quality time together?
That might be good because we did spend a little bit of time on Saturday, but I felt like I wanted to do more. And
Okay.
so in order for him to get maybe more buy-in to do something he wants to do, if we have a couple more days for him to think about it, I think that would be good.
Yeah, because I like experiences as gifts.
Me too.
People have so much stuff.
I know, that's how I feel too. Like, I just want to spend time. Like, quality time.
Memories are the best gifts. So, and do you feel like the appreciation from, because you said like people, like, is it more like admin side or like teachers that you don't feel it from?
That's a good question because I feel like with admin, they're so busy, they barely know. They don't look at their emails. Same with teachers, but I also feel like it might be just our environment at our school. I just feel like everyone's so busy, so it's kind of like I gave them the excuse of like, okay, well, you probably didn't read it because it came from, the superintendent. But it is kind of sad because I think what I'm comparing it to is when there is, school counselor appreciation week, like they all meet in the fishbowl, which is right next to my office, and have banners and food.
Or when it's teacher appreciation week, we get the
Exactly.
PTO brings meals, the district brings meals.
Yeah.
We get free meals at Chipotle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like for such a small group, and I don't know what they do for classified, but for like a small group that's not counselors or not teachers, not classified, because there's only a couple of us, they kind of just, no one does anything.
There's you and Troy and he.
And Davina.
Yeah. Some teachers I've talked to before, they don't even know who like Troy is.
Yeah.
So
They don't even know who I am.
I guess if they're not in like a special education,
Exactly.
they don't really know who you guys are anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I've been into teachers' classes where they thought I was someone observing from the school, from like at the Cal State San Marcos. And then I did go to happy hour on Friday, and someone, like, I had to introduce myself to someone, like, as in, hey, I also work at the same school you work at.
It's like almost been a year that you've been here? Or well,
almost 3 years.
But you took over.
For Brett, yeah. So I interned in 2017.
Okay.
And then 2018, that's when I left, when I finished in summer. And then I came back in November of 2018.
Okay.
And then been here since then.
So you're just feeling underappreciated this week?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fueled the aggression and, like, the anger.
And it's like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving break.
Oh, yeah. Don't
so
even
I feel like
talk
everyone
about that.
is busy, or they're
Yes.
just keeping in their lane until
Mm-hmm.
they have to until they get a break.
And another time to appreciate stuff. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I think the holidays is hard because everyone wants to make, like, an effort to, like, be thankful and to appreciate somebody, but it's hard because they're literally telling you during this time to do that. It's like, it should be all the time.
All the time.
Right?
That's how I feel about Valentine's Day sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. There shouldn't just be one day where you appreciate,
Mm-hmm.
or 1 week that you're thankful, or
I'm with you on that.
maybe we should do like a Secret Santa.
We should.
Make everyone feel kind of appreciated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then people can write down, like, their interest or the things that they like, and then when someone gives it to them, they could feel like, wow, that person really
It
like.
could even be like a gift card.
Yes.
Secret Santa, and then you can just pick like what restaurants or
Ooh.
Starbucks you like.
Yes.
So people don't have to go to Target or
Yeah.
Walmart or whatever. Pick something out for someone.
Mhm.
Just, they could go to a restaurant and get
Yeah, like
a $5 Starbucks gift card will make someone feel so
they would.
appreciated. Like,
They
I get a free
would.
coffee this week.
yes.
That's great.
I think people would feel like they got something for their duties that week. Because even though we get a paycheck, we need every day. We need some sort of, like, reinforcement that, like, what you're doing is, like, great. Like,
Yeah.
you're appreciated.
Adults need reinforcements
Right.
too.
We do. I'm with you on that.
We have soup and pie day next week.
I know. Well, it's baked potato and pie now.
Oh,
Or baked potato and pie because of the sicknesses.
I heard about that.
Yeah. But that's exciting
Yeah.
that we're going to
Kind
have
of
that.
reinforcing. So maybe a goal you should make this week is to make someone else feel appreciated.
Oh, that is
and then
a
maybe
good
it will
goal.
come around.
That is, and that does make me feel good. When I
Yes.
can help someone else, that does make me feel good. Because I don't want anything in return. I just want them to feel good.
You can maybe even buy like, Troy doesn't really eat donuts, I suppose, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
something for you and Troy, and
Mhm.
and like
Here you guys go. Some
it's
special
cool.
I made.
like other people might not show the appreciation, but as coworkers, here's my appreciation.
Oh, you know what I should do? I should tomorrow, because it's Friday, it's the last day,
True.
I should make something
Yeah.
for the rest of the psychologists.
Like what?
Because I'm thinking maybe I have like a brownie mix in my
Okay.
house. I could do that and take some time to say, like, we appreciate each other. Like, I
Yes.
appreciate
Like
you.
I could not succeed in my job
Exactly.
without you.
Yes, that is perfect.
Off topic kind of, but I saw a recipe where you make brownie mix and then you put like the stuff for pecan pie, just like a little bit over it with
Oh,
the pecans on top, and then
no.
and then like bake it a little bit more,
Oh my
and it's
god.
like pecan pie brownies.
Oh my god, that sounds delicious.
Yes, Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Have you ever made the slutty brownies?
Yes.
Those are delicious too.
Yeah.
I don't know why they got that name, but
So show appreciation this week.
yeah, I think that's what I have to do. Instead of being upset about not being appreciated, show my appreciation for other people so that even if I feel a little empty about it, I can fill up someone else's bucket.
Yeah. Or maybe, and like with like the anniversary thing, maybe if you stop by like a gas station or grocery store or whatever, like pick up your husband his favorite candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, I was just thinking
Good
about
idea.
you extra today, and here you go. Make your day.
That's a good idea.
Everyone likes to be thought of a little bit.
They really do.
Because men are hard because they don't get flowers really, so you can't just like
Yeah.
come home with flowers. So candy or whatever.
Favorite food.
Yeah.
I could do that. Pizza.
Make us. Yeah, I ordered pizza for us tonight, and we can hang out and watch a
Mhm.
movie and Put it on the couch.
Got some good ideas, therapist.
So what else crazy happened?
So I think what's hard for me is I was reading a post on Reddit about why people get into the field they get into. So like psychs and counselors, like there's always someone dealing with mental health on their or working on their mental health, and then we get into a field where we're having to work on other kids' mental health. And why does that combination work so well? Like people who maybe have mental illness or people who have like anxiety and depression want to work with kids like that. Because at the end of the day, it does become very draining to work with kids like that.
Yes.
So I don't know why we gravitate towards the field, but I feel like lately it's been a lot of, I'm not numb to what they're saying, but it's almost like, is it just at an extreme that like mentally can I continue to help them? Like, because either am I going to become numb to it, or I'm going to like absorb all of that and
their
start
anxieties.
and start feeling it myself, like to an extreme.
Maybe people who help people who have like mental health, like maybe you're just feeling, you know how to feel empathetic towards them, so you feel like you know how to help them kind of, or you say the things that you wish someone would or would have said to you when you were feeling that. Like I want to become a school counselor because my counselor wasn't really there when I was in high school, so I'm like, maybe I can be the counselor that no one else was for me. So maybe we like to work with people who have those, because I wish someone would have been like, hey, this is anxiety when I was in high school, or like, hey, it is normal to feel this way. Because what if there's a school psychologist out there that doesn't have that, and they're just like, oh well, brush you off kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that is really hard, especially at the school that we're in or the climate that we're in. It's like you want to connect with them, but it also feels like you don't have that much time to establish the relationship.
There's so many. There's always a fire to go put out.
Yes.
And when you're talking to them, it's almost, is your fire bigger than the fire I could be putting out?
Yes.
Somewhere else.
You totally get it. You totally get it.
Like the other day when I said, maybe there should be a school psychologist for the faculty here. And
that would be, I couldn't imagine taking on that role either.
Even when I was just going for psychology and for my bachelor's, I always said, if you're going to be anything in this, you should go to counseling yourself. Have you ever thought about that?
I have gone before, and the hardest part I think about that with me is it was a really weird dynamic with the therapist. He would joke with some things, but then be very straightforward. And I liked that balance. However, I felt like a lot of it, and it might could have been my mindset, I felt like it was a lot of it of me working on all this stuff, because I wanted to go in there to work on things, but it was like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I liked the approach, but then I think after a while it became so draining on me that it was like, every time I go there, you're going to tell me things I need to do.
Kind of like homework.
Yes.
And I already have so much on my plate.
Exactly.
I kind of want to unload the plate here and come out feeling better.
Yes.
Not having more on my plate and a list of things to do. And then say they were like, use positive self-talk. And then the whole day you're thinking, I have to use positive talk. And then you're kind of distracted of what you're supposed to be doing or thinking, and
exactly
almost can make you more hard on yourself, kind of.
Yeah, it kind of is when you deal with like anxiety or depression, and especially with anxiety, like you hold yourself up to a certain standard. That's kind of why you get anxious, because you're not making the things you want to, and you're very like planning and organizing type of person. And so I feel like adding something else, like you're saying, onto my plate, or telling myself that I need to do these things, like become more of a ritual than like what I truly need for myself. So it becomes really difficult to like want to continue to go when you're being told you have to do all this other stuff on top of all trying to undo things that you have been doing for a while. It's just really, I think the therapy is very hard. Like, I think that's why people don't want to go sometimes. Because of all the work that it takes.
Do you feel like you're more of an anxious person that, like, when they have so much to do, they procrastinate it? Or when they have so much to do, they, like, stay up all night and, like, have to do it?
I play both sides of that fence. So sometimes I get so anxious, like I don't want to do anything, and that's pretty much when I get at home. Like I can distract myself and procrastinate. When I get here and I'm really anxious, then I just can't. It's just always constantly in my mind, and I can't remember things. I'm really forgetful because my brain is on hyperdrive, and I don't want to procrastinate.
Get a planner.
I don't have a planner, but I have a calendar.
Oh yeah, your Google calendar.
And I have the Google Task thing on the side.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that's so nice when you can say that your task is completed. That's
True.
the best feeling for me.
I physically have to write things down. Like I feel like it's on my brain too much, and then like once I write it down, I'm like, okay, I'll remember to do that later.
I used to do that, but then I used to lose the papers.
I have my planner.
Yes.
Color coordinated. And
I ended up losing my planner one day, I had all my hours in for practicum, and I lost the planner for like months, and I freaked out because I had to log them all, and they were like, I was telling people, they're like, you have to go digital because if you lose it again, like you're gonna be a mess. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go straight to digital, which is still, I mean, Google,
it
you
could
never
be down or
exactly.
You never know. Google Calendar.
I know, and it's overwhelming to look at.
Yeah,
like paper is like, oh nice.
You're looking at your one little.
Yes, like you see all these colors, and you're like, wait, it doesn't like remove and. Like all different places.
I get to the point where I like procrastinate everything, and then I like just randomly I'm like, I have to do everything right now, and then I can't do anything else. Eat, sleep, have to do it right now.
I do this thing where like I get so anxious about work that I start cleaning, like, and I can tell when I'm so stressed that I'd rather clean because I don't want to do that.
I do the same thing. Lacey in the classroom is like, I know your favorite thing to do. And I'm like, what? You like to clean. I clean when I'm anxious. I organize all her desk.
That's so funny. It's like you like to do it. No, I don't. It's
just an instinct.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes one of those things where it's like, I need my workspace to be clean. Oh, now I need this part of my bathroom to be clean because like, I'm going to the bathroom.
And you notice
often.
things while you're cleaning.
Yes. And then you start over cleaning things, like you're like bringing out the cleaning supplies. It's not just like straightening up, it's like, let me disinfect.
What does your husband do at that point? Is he like, okay,
he just
cleaning?
leaves me out.
Okay, yeah.
And unless I have to like move him, and then I have to like, I'm moving stuff and I'm like cleaning up his area. One thing I like to do too is like because I want to not overeat when I get like bored or want to procrastinate. Yep. So I'm like, can I make you food? Can I do something? Can I make something? Let me do something. Like,
I'll bake for tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make tomorrow's dinner and the next night and everything.
That's really funny.
I was like, you're just spiraling. I'm like, I know.
So what could you do this weekend for some like self-care, relax? Well,
one thing I really like doing, but it's not as relaxing as much as it used to be, is I used to watch this YouTuber, and like my goal when it became kind of ritualistic, which is like, oh, my self-care stuff becomes really ritualistic. It becomes like, now I must finish. So like I started this YouTuber, and I actually bought tickets to see her. She's doing like a live viewing in Escondido. And so my self-care for like a lot of this year was watching her videos. Like she had like thousands of videos on her 2 YouTube channels. So I'd be like, this is my time. I'm going to watch, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to enjoy. Yeah. There were some things where I compared myself. So I did get like depressed, being like, oh, that could have been my life. But like that was my self-care thing. So this weekend, I'm thinking, because I usually would do that, but I've binge watched all her videos, is, it's really hard because... Well, okay, this is one thing I've really wanted to try doing, is writing. Like, I loved writing. I used to love writing poems. I'm going to try to write, like, not even a page, but just, like, something of my thoughts. Because I thought about that this week.
In, like, a poem way, or just, like, these are my thoughts kind of way?
I feel almost like with the poem, it's so structured, I don't want the structure.
True. And then you can critique it.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't want it to be, like, a certain type of poem where then it's got to, like, either rhyme or, like...
Or rhythm and all that.
Yeah.
You could do that thing where you just write yourself like like a letter kind of, and then you
Oh,
just
yeah.
rip it up, and like those feelings
Mm-hmm.
are gone.
Oh, that would be good. You know what I really wanted to try? I told another psych that I wanted to do this, is go to one of those demolition places where you, like, break things.
Okay.
I really want to find one.
Note for later.
Yeah. Like, I think that might be one of my, it's either going to the gym or doing that, because I feel like I need to get out the energy more
Yes.
than, like, marinate on the energy.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's just so much that I don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
It just bottles up.
It does. It bottles up, and it's almost like makes you, I think I felt sick last week because I had bottled so much in.
Yes.
Like, my body literally was like, you're having a massive headache, and then you're going to have a panic attack, and then you're going to feel like you're nauseous.
Yeah.
All in this office with bright lights. And I was like, I have to go.
Yes. Especially when they're like kids that are like, I'm anxious, and
I
you're like,
know.
you have to put on a straight face. Like,
Yes.
Like, oh, and what you're like, me too.
Yeah. I can totally relate. And they're like, and you function like kind of. That's like the irony about it, is like, you want to be open and transparent with them, but you don't want them to compare themselves to you either.
Yes.
And say like, oh, well then I could do it, or I can, because it's everyone's anxiety is different. Like, we have similar symptoms, but it's
Yes.
different.
Like, yeah, some people are procrastinators. Some people
Yeah.
do it all the right way. It looks different in everyone. Some people have like the physical symptoms, the stomach hurting, and
Especially seeing people eat.
yes.
Make you nauseous.
Yeah. Well, I think showing appreciation for the
Mm-hmm.
people around you and doing a little self-care
I think so.
this weekend, even just like watching an hour of a show.
I know.
Disney Plus.
Oh, I heard about that. I don't know if I can want to sign up for another subscription, but I heard about the Nickelodeon thing. Did you hear about that?
Oh my gosh, no.
The Netflix and Nickelodeon are pairing together to start remaking and showing old Nickelodeon shows. That's gonna be free. Well, not free, but part of my Netflix.
Part of Netflix, yeah. So just find a show,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Hot Towel. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Or do a facial. I might try that.
spa day at home.
Yes.
Spa day at home.
Ooh, or finding a masseuse. I was thinking about doing that too.
I go to massage every.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes having spa day at home becomes ritual
Yeah.
because you have to have
Yes.
your face clean. You have to shower. Yes.
And you have to make sure your bathtub's clean. So you gotta clean that
Yes.
first, and then you
So-
gotta clean out.
So just make sure
Yeah.
your self care is not becoming more anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to me today.
Well, thanks for letting me share all this stuff with you. I feel like a little bit more calm and not like I'm alone here. So,
You know, I'm here for you and I.
well, thanks, Jessica.